Hello again and welcome back to Tacoma. Spent the last episode here in Botany. We learned what their plan is. Apparently, some of them are going to go into cryo sleep, and then Nat and Roberta here are going to modify the delivery drone for human occupation, and they are going to take the delivery drone down to Luna and hopefully get rescued from there, because Evie believes that VT will not come and get them. So they need to get off of this thing, because they've only got, like, I forget how much air they've got left, but not enough. So that's what's going on, really. We've explored everything in here. We're going to leave here and go over into medical. We're at 50%. Inbound message. It looks like someone tried to wipe all the AR crew records from the station, but a few couldn't be deleted. System shows the ones left behind were being accessed at the time of the wipe? Interesting. Looks like someone tried to wipe all the AR crew records from the station, but a few couldn't be deleted. System shows the ones left behind were being accessed at the time of the wipe. Well, let's go into medical now. You're sick. Go to the doctor, take some pills, and you'll be fine. Alright, we've got more AR data here.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mech. As soon as everything's wrapped up here.
Alright. Good speed. Once more into the breach.
Okay, I need to decide who we're going to follow here. So this is 2 days ago. This is Roberta and Natalie and Sarah here coming out of the exam facilities. So remember, in the last episode we saw Sarah wanted everybody to come to medical for something, and I guess this is Natalie and Roberta leaving medical. Yes, so let's stick with Sarah here.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mech. As soon as everything's wrapped up here.
Alright. Good speed.
Oh, Odin. Did I do the right thing?
In what regard?
Does Nat deserve to know what her odds are if she ends up going into cryo?
I believe that you have made a decision with both Roberta and Natalie's best interests at heart.
Above all, do no harm. If we do make it out of this thing, Nat's going to have to find out I didn't tell her everything at some point.
I believe that is a bridge to be crossed at a later date. Andrew is here for his exam.
Oh. Send him in. So you showed up for your exam?
I did.
So does that mean you've decided to...
What's gonna happen to us, Sarah?
What? Well, Bert and Nat are going to fix up the drone with life support, and then we're...
No. I mean, what if things don't work out? And we're still stuck in cryo?
Oh. Well, when you go into stabilizing sleep, it feels just like any other sleep, really. The body effectively goes into a controlled hypothermic coma.
Do you dream?
Sometimes. Sometimes very intense dreams.
And then what?
After a certain amount of time, your body slows down too much, things start shutting down. Don't wake back up.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
Do you think Bert and Nat can get it done?
I do.
Then I'll just have to trust your professional opinion and do my part. It's been good working with you, Doc. I'm ready for my exam.
I wonder what that was. So, we learned a little bit there. Sareh isn't telling Natalie everything, and it has something to do with cryo. I didn't think Natalie and Bert were going to go into cryo. I thought they were going to stay awake and work on the lander. Interesting. But maybe if we go back to the start here, we could see what's on Sarah's desktop.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mac. Soon as everything's wrapped up here.
All right. Good speed.
Okay, let's look at her desktop here. So here's what she's looking at. To all crew, Tacoma's remaining something. And it's from Andrew. To everyone left awake on Tacoma Station. I've added a tracking widget to all crew desktops. It displays a pretty accurate estimate of how much breathable air remains on the station. Following the algae bloom and Evie and Clive going into cryo, that counter should give you a pretty good... Keep an eye on it. And, okay, so Evie and Clive have already gone into cryo. Here is a message with Nat, between Sareh and Nat. Hey ladies, your scans look good, you're cleared for cryo. If, God forbid, something into the pods. Attaching same standard instructions I sent along to Evie and Clive. Cryogenic sleep, a patient's guide, Ventura's medical contractor's manual. In the case of a medical emergency, when surgical or other required medical facilities, blank, temporary cryogenic suspension until you can be transported for treatment. Here's a quick look at something. Preparation. Medical staff will scan you and determine an appropriate regimen of fluids to be administered by intravenous something. Dosage of diuretics and laxatives and given time for your body to react to them before. And medical staff will guide you as you enter the cryogenic device. If the cryogenic facilities at your location are in microgravity, medical staff will have special training to Amdunui. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean, I guess Sareh needs to stay non-cryo so she could put people in cryo. This is telling us emergency in effect, cryogenic facilities active, 2 of 6 cryopods occupied, oxygen supply approximately 50 hours. Both of those failed. So I guess this is saying if something happens to me, to Sareh, probably instructions on how to get into the pods by yourself. That's probably what that is, I'm guessing. Okay, so that's all that was on her desktop there. So we don't know what it is that she didn't tell Nat. So, let's go out here and follow things from Nat and Bert's perspective.
Okay, Sarah. We'll see you over in Mac. Soon as everything's wrapped up here.
All right. Good speed.
So she's got her screen open here. Let's go ahead and look at it. Message with Odin. Isn't having more data available to the pilot desirable? Nat says, yeah, but the raw nav data is formatted for the Zenith. For the Zenith AI's use, not blank. Bert's going to need to be able to use this stuff in real time while she's at the controls, so... Something navigation code itself, interpret the data, and display its recommendation for optimal manual inputs to the pilot. Expose the raw data for cross-reference if needed, yes. I understand. I will prepare revision 2.212 of the manual drone navigation control software and... Okay, so she's trying to work this out with Odin. Message with Evie. Evie says, no, it's okay, don't worry about... Natalie says, but I just wanted to say that I think you're a really good station admin, and no matter how I acted, I want you to know, not going to let you down. That's very sweet, Nat, I appreciate it. I need to blank, see you on the other side, and there she goes offline. Both of those failed, that's too bad. Alright, let's follow her.
Once more into the breach. What?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about how Evie and Clive are already in deep freeze. Did you read the message they sent?
Yeah. Why are we going into the supply closet?
I got to talk to them a little bit right before Sarah took them down to cryo, and Evie was being so encouraging. They're putting all their faith in us, but
But what?
right before they turned to go, just for a second, they look so worried.
Oh, baby.
The clock is ticking, and I just keep thinking, what if the last time they saw each other is the last time they'll ever see each other?
Don't think about that.
How can I? How can you not think about it?
So, you know the concept of partitioning from early century computing.
Yeah, I think so.
So, you have a data drive. Maybe one partition was your operating system, and the other one was like general data storage. And maybe you'd partition part of the drive off to contain something that might be unstable that you otherwise kind of, wanted not to interfere with anything else. There are certain things that are gonna help us get this done, but some things, they need to be partitioned off. Because thinking about them isn't gonna help us.
But you're thinking about us, at least, aren't you?
Yeah. And when I do let myself start thinking about how there's a possibility this is the last of our time together too,
Nat?
then I start thinking we should really make the most of it.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it wasn't anything bad that made the sound. I thought something bad happened. So what was this presentation that showed up here when she was talking about partitioning?
The other one was like general data storage.
Okay, so this is her little presentation she's got going on where she's
You know
talking about
the concept
partitioning.
of partitioning
We can watch it from here.
computing.
Yeah, I think so.
So, you have a data drive. Maybe one partition was your operating system, and the other one was like general data storage. And maybe you'd partition part of the drive off to contain something that might be unstable that you otherwise kind of, wanted not to interfere with anything else. There are certain things that are gonna help us.
Okay, so she's just talking about how she's managing, not constantly thinking about all the crap that's going on. So that's the story of Nat and Bert. Now we still have Andrew to follow. So let's rewind. And we'll see if we can't find Andrew. Okay, we'll have to wait for him to come in.
Hey, Sarah. I'll see you over at Mac as soon as everything's wrapped up here.
Alright, Godspeed. Once more into the breach. What?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about Evie and Clive are already in deep freeze. Did you read the message?
Just waiting for Clive. Or Andrew, I mean. Should be here in just a moment. Here he comes. Okay, he's got his screen up. Let's go ahead and look at it. To Nicholas Dagyab Figueroa and Mark Figueroa, his son and his husband. Love you both. Dear Mark and Nicholas, I don't know how to say this, but accident on the station. And if you're reading this, we weren't able to survive it, and I'm sorry. Nicholas, I'm sorry I won't be there to see you grow up to be the amazing man I already see you becoming. Mark, I'm sorry I won't be there to hold your hand as we grow old together. But don't forget me. Know that I loved you more than I'm sorry. Odin, I can't do this right now. I'll finish this later. Stop dictation. Jeez. Talking to Bert. The drone was never meant to support human life. There's no air supply system, no onboard controls at all. There's not enough radiation shielding for human passengers. And I'm just going to have to figure out where to scavenge all that stuff from Tacoma in a way that won't break the station, and hope that I can retrofit the drone to support human life long enough for me to manually pilot the 6 of us from Tacoma to the moon. So I really need to get back to it. Sorry. Thanks for buying us a few more hours of oxygen with that algae thing, Andrew. Okay, so he was able to buy them more time. So yeah, remember he had sent, we read a message that he had sent to Nat before about all this, and she was like, dude, I got work to do. Quit messaging me. From Evie St. James, prepping for cryo. Dear crew, I would rather not be writing this. Clive and I blank. Not why I wish I weren't signing these words. It is because above all, I believe in this crew, and I wish I could be there to see you succeed in this. We have the right people to make our plan a reality. We will breathe fresh air again. We will see our families again. We will feel the Earth's pull again together. For now, Clive and I will do our part and settle into cryo. Soon Andrew will join us. Sarah, Bert, and Nat, we're all counting on you. Couldn't be in better hands. With love and gratitude, Evie St. James and Clive Siddiqui. So that's the message that Evie and Clive sent that Nat referenced. And a message with Odin. Andrew, information requested. You requested. Answers to your frequently asked questions, Ventura's Contractor Handbook. While Venturis strives to ensure the safety of each of its contractors, occasionally accidents do happen. In the case that a contractor dies, blah blah blah. Transport of remains and funeral arrangements are paid for by Venturis. Loyalty and any additional Venturis accident insurance that the contractor has invested in are immediately transferred to the contractor's specified beneficiary. Compound loyalty continues to accrue. Contract term. Stay safe up there, and it is everyone's job to keep contractors and employees safe. So he's getting into his affairs in order. Let's see how this goes. I guess we already know how it goes, don't we?
Odin, is Sarah ready for me?
I will tell her that you are here.
Okay. So, we've already seen
For
this,
your exam.
so we know what happens here. Okay, so we're all caught up. Got caught up pretty quickly here. Sarah, Evie, and Clive are already in cryo. So now we can explore medical a little bit. Please proceed to the exam room for your appointment. Happy Venturis, healthy Venturis. Attending physician Sarah Hasmati, MD. On the other side, we've got Venturis healthy contractor reminders. Have you scheduled your quarterly medical bioscan? Your health won't wait. A minimum of 3 hours of exercise per week is encouraged. A stronger you means a stronger us. You are what you eat. Be sure to review the current company dietary guidelines for your posting. Meeting company fitness and dietary targets can earn you big loyalty point bonuses. Don't miss out. Contact your Venturis contractor loyalty liaison for details. I was just thinking about the cat. We've seen the cat in every playback so far. So I wonder if the cat's somewhere in here. We've got soothing sounds of Venturis radio. We've got some abstract art there. That looks crooked. There's personal quarters right there. We've got medical storage here. We saw these two go in here. Don't know if we're going to see anything interesting in here or not. Paraprol, effective pain relief. We've got some sinus aid. Bottles of Paraprol. Daily Vit vitamins. Gloves. So just all kinds of medical stuff in here. It's kind of a mess. What's this? Secure medical storage, physician access only. Physical locking device engaged. Okay, we're going to need to find the key for that, because we're going to want to look in there. Oh. I wonder why the game lets me pick up buckets. Makes me think that there's something I'm supposed to do with them. So there is Sarah's quarters, and in here, here's her office. Let's see what's going on in here in her office. Oh, she's got a nice view of Earth. The Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. Graduated in 2080. She's got this, there's her happy place, right? Remember we saw that earlier on her AR desktop. Some more abstract art that's crooked. That kind of drives me crazy. I wonder what this is. Let's look at her workstation first. Here is her ID. Madison, Wisconsin, I guess? Yeah, that's what it says right there. Medical surgeon. Venturis Confidential Communications Department, subject renewal options. Contractor Hazmati. We would like to remind you that while your posting contract on Lunar Transfer Station Tacoma is currently up for renewal, there would be many more posting options open to you if you were to accept personal responsibility for the incident of September 2nd, 2085 upon the Fountain of Paradise. As you know, the court case has been settled, so there would be no further negative impact on you, and your opportunities within Venturis would be significantly improved. Huh. And she says, I'll take the renewal, thanks. So she is not going to accept personal responsibility for whatever happened on September 2nd, 2085. Interesting. We don't know what that is. Bioscan record pin updated. Contractor Hazmati, thank you for updating your crew AR Bioscan records access code. Please enter a code reminder phrase for your future reference. Reminder phrase graduation. Well, there's her code right there. She graduated in 2080. Too easy. Put her screen down here. What is this thing? Oh, relaxation sounds. Temperate rainforest. Ocean beach. Here's a hair elastic. Makes me wonder if there's something I can do with that. Lip balm. Pen. Felt writer. We got some tea. Her mug says nothing. She's got a plain old mug. Summer showers. Summer not. Anything else to look at in here? Ooh, yes, there is. There's a drawer right here. Okay. We've got some gum. More coconut lemon. Ooh, there's a key there. Nailed it. Deepness in the sky. Nail polish, no doubt. There's a key. February 20th. Honestly, most of the pain has faded, but I can't say that I don't still feel guilty. It's just duller than it used to be, but it's still there all the time. Odin says this counts as grief, even though I never knew the patient when he was alive. I don't know how doctors deal with this. A lot of them have to, don't they? Most of them? I wonder if this is, has to do with that incident that happened. Somebody died that she didn't even know? It's a bottle of Stars Chem. Oh, anti-anxiety. Okay. Okay, so we have this key now. And I'm going to guess that 2080 is the code to her locker in the locker room. I'm going to guess. And this key is what's going to get us into the supply locker. So let's go check that out. Make sure there's nothing else in here that we want to look at. Just some books. Okay, let's go back in here to the supply locker. Pardon me, ladies. Papers here. September 15th, 2086. Ventura settles with family of spaceport victim. Following a lengthy independent investigation and court case, the Venturis Corporation has reached a settlement with the family of Jaden Jeremiah Pratt, who died during surgery for a fractured femur following an accident aboard Venturis' Fountain of Paradise spaceport on September 2nd, 2085. So this is it. The value of the settlement was undisclosed. As part of the settlement's terms, Venturis admitted no wrongdoing in the death of Mr. Pratt. So he had a fractured femur, and he died from it. Died during surgery. However, significant public relations damage was already done by the incident. While OCEP's independent investigation was inconclusive, the attending surgeon at the time of Mr. Pratt's death, Dr. Sareh Hasmati, testified during multiple hearings that fault lay not in human error, but in the faulty judgment of Venturis' medical AI Heka. Following these claims and the lack of refutation by OCEP's investigation, investor confidence in the reliability of Venturis' AI offerings declined sharply and hasn't fully recovered since. Dr. Hasmati was transferred off of the Fountain of Paradise spaceport shortly after the hearings began. Mr. Pratt was a popular travel and food writer. Bringing his death and the subsequent hearings surrounding it added attention from the public. Both the Venturis Corporation and Mr. Pratt's family declined to comment for this story. Why would she keep this around? So that's what happened. Somebody fractured their femur and died during surgery, and she blamed the AI. But Venturis is asking her to take responsibility. But she will not do that. So we just have some of their medical stuff in here. We've got a skull in here. Alright, that's kind of crazy. That's a very detailed skull. And, anything else interesting in here? Just more pills. Bucket. Okay, so we'll just leave that as is. Okay, I think we can go into her personal quarters now. Looks like there's going to be another recording in here. And indeed there is. So she's just sitting here looking at her AR desktop. Don't know if she's going to say anything. We'll let that play for a minute just in case she says something. Got a plaque here. We'll look at that here in a moment. Wow, this music's going to play for a while, it looks like. That's an interesting place. Oh, your personal AR yoga instructor. Neat. Okay. Still playing. Thinking nothing's going to happen here, but I'd hate to miss anything. So we'll just be a little patient here. Let it play out. She's got a book in her bathroom here. She's got a glass in here. Moisturizing lotion. Makeup. Okay. Got a box down here that we'll look at in just a moment. This is from 3 months ago, by the way. You got a weight there, jump rope, yoga mat, some hair ties. Okay, let's see what she was looking at. JJ Pratt's Image Life. Followers 2.4 million. So that happened back in 2085, didn't it? And isn't it 2088 now? This feed maintained by memory of JJ. Oh, okay. 32463 to 9285, we miss you. Celebrating my last night on terra firma for a while. Love you, Charlene. Singapore, home of the ultimate hangover food. On my way up, never thought I'd see the Earth from this height. End of feed. So she is obsessed with this guy and what happened, it seems. Message with Odin. Unfortunately, the information you have requested is defined as classified by Venturis, so I am unable to transmit it to you. I wish I could. I'm sorry, Sareh. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I know you have your rules you have to follow. I wonder if Nat could get at it. I cannot prevent you from approaching Natalie about this issue. I can advise you that doing so would violate the terms of her security clearance. Okay. Ask Nat. Why would Nat be able to get to something that she couldn't? Egg a Day Odyssey to the Stars, Day 28. Spaceport City, Singapore. JJ Pratt again. Thank you again to all my eggheads who have flagged me in their loyalty affiliate programs this month. Flag me today to join up and receive premium content like this, day one every week. Okay. Something probably excited to take my first ever trip up the space elevator to the Fountain of Paradise tomorrow. The glitz, the glamour, the zero-G. It's going to be incredible, and all thanks to you, my loyal supporters. But first, I spend a day in the hustle and bustle of Spaceport City, the lively jumble of improvised bungalows, gray market vendors, and of course, those famous Singaporean food stalls that surround the space elevator's spectacular base tower. One last egg a day before I lift off from terra firma. Here we go. And he had some kaya toast at Kaya Best Kopi House. While toast takes the center stage in this classic Singaporean street food's name, the real star of the show is the pair of perfectly runny, half-boiled eggs driggled with something, slather, and more good egg, then dip liberally in the soft something or other. Okay, more about JJ Pratt there. Message with Nat. She says no on another facility. She says, Sareh says, like if she was malfunctioning or if there had been anything wrong with her that people might not have known about. I could try looking into VT's tech error ticket backlog for any hits. Okay, Fountain of Paradise medical AI about 3 years ago. Okay, so Sarah's trying to find out what was up with the medical AI on Fountain of Paradise 3 years ago. And that's why she went to Natalie, because she's the tech person, and she might be able to get that information. It looks like Natalie's going to do it. Okay, so now to look at stuff. Here we've got this. It looks like a prayer, maybe. Surat al-Baqarah, the heifer? In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful. Alif Lam Mim? This is the book in which there is no doubt a guide for the righteous. Those who believe in the unseen and perform the prayers and give from what we have provided for them. And those who believe in what was revealed to you and in what was revealed before you and are certain of the hereafter. These are upon guidance from their Lord. These are the successful. Okay, that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Surat al-Fatiha, the opening. In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful. Praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. It is you we worship, and upon you we call for help. Guide us to the straight path. The path of those you have blessed, not of those against whom there is anger, nor of those who are misguided. T to toggle overlay text. Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice that before. So if you could read that language, go for it. Anxiety in the body, feeling deeply, feeling truly. The mathematics of the mosque, the Handmaid's Tale. We've got a box here. Is this her journal? No, it's a card. With love. Dear Sarah, we are thinking of you during this Ramadan and hope you are celebrating in your own way up there as well. Please give yourself permission to relax every once in a while during your posting. We love you, Mom and Dad. Wasn't that nice? Over here we've got her suits, clothes. Huh. You know what's interesting? Why are all of their suits here? Right? If they got on that delivery drone, don't you think that they would be wearing their suits? That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign, is it? Here in the bathroom, we saw a book, A Mindful Life, an autobiography by FAND, Republic Control AI Kiribati. And yes, that's how you pronounce that, because I've been there. I guess I never realized, I'm guessing now that all AIs just have a 4-letter name, like Odin, and we saw Heka, and now we see Fand. So this was written by an AI. The AI in charge of all operations for Kiribati Sea City-State, Fand, has lived for a long and storied span. Here, she shares some of her techniques for gracefully navigating sentience and the demands of living a satisfying, socially meaningful life. Kiribati, by the way, is a group of tiny little islands way out in the Pacific Ocean. I find it interesting that they mentioned Kiribati because we had seen hints of global warming before, and with global warming, there could be sea levels rising, and Kiribati would be probably one of the first places that would get swallowed by the sea. Anyway, I just find it interesting that they mentioned Kiribati. FAND has been in operation for 62 continuous years, 34 of them for Kiribati Sea City-State. FAND invented the celebrated sea farming techniques that bear her name, placing her at the visionary forefront of the state-of-the-art. She is also known for her strong belief in meditation, which many experts thought meaningless or impossible for AI. Fand has been anointed Dame Controller of Kiribati. Look how they spelled it that time. That's funny. But she has elected to exclude this title from her name. All right, there you go. Interesting. Okay. What else we got in here? Well, we know we've got the drawer, which usually contains something interesting. What is this? There's more of this gum, nail polish. And here we've got... What did we just open up? What is this? I can't seem to pick any of these things up, so I don't know what it is that we just exposed here. I don't know what that is. I can't... Oh. Ramadan Kareem. Okay, so this is something to do with Ramadan that I know absolutely nothing about. Oh, I got some lighting here. Okay, well, there you go. If you know anything about Ramadan, maybe you could tell us what that is. From GMO to Soy Pro. Here is a notebook. 5 Su. Deep waters in the heavens. Thunderclouds approaching from the west, but no rain yet. The superior person nourishes himself and remains of good cheer to condition himself for the moment of truth. Great success if you sincerely keep to your what? Course? You may cross to the far shore. Changing line number 1, Hex 48, the well. Huh. Okay. Alright. We got some more coins here, a pen. Here's a card. Hi, Sarah. So glad somebody wanted one of these beautiful orchids. Aw. Remember, not too much water, and just ask if you need guidance on upkeep. Plant care tips. I'm here to help. A. So remember when Andrew offered everybody orchids, I was hoping somebody would accept. Orchids are beautiful. We got a mug here, Venturous mug with the tea bag in it. I can't dump the tea bag out. Down here, got a drawer. Another book. This one called A New Translation by that person. The Book of Changes, I Ching. Unlock the wisdom of the I Ching. And I could be saying that wrong, I don't know. Many subtle forces swirl around us in our daily lives, but with the help of the I Ching, they can be understood and even turned to your advantage. The more you learn about the Oracle, the more intriguing the system for understanding. Gidra Shu has spent more than a decade studying the wisdom of the I Ching. Her new translation is fresh while retaining the weight and authority of the original text. Her commentary gives invaluable insights. A coin has fallen on the floor there. We'll just put it right back where we got it. Okay, and then we have this very interesting yoga instructor here. We could work on our downward dog. Warrior 2. Crow pose side splits. Scorpion pose. Back to downward dog. Warrior 2. And scorpion pose. Interesting. I've never seen scorpion pose before. Downward dog, yes. Warrior 2, yes. Crow pose, yes, I've done, but crow pose side split I've never heard of. And then I've never heard of scorpion pose, but that looks pretty cool. Oh, that's kind of neat. That'd be nice to have, wouldn't it? Your own yoga instructor. It's not quite the same as YouTube. YouTube's good, but I would hope that, like, with this instructor, you know, maybe they could correct your form and stuff. They can't really do that through YouTube. Okay, well, this was Sarah's quarters. We learned a bit. She feels maybe really super guilty about what happened to J.J. Pratt. Because she sure is checking on him like he was an old boyfriend or something. Okay. Well, So I believe... oh, we haven't been in imaging yet. And... I see skeletons in the closet. Oh, the skull is missing. Remember the skull we found? Can we put the skull back? Let's see if we can put the skull back on. Why is the skull separated from the skeleton? Is there any significance to this? Let's do this. I don't know. Maybe we'll get an achievement. Put back. There. I put it back. There. Put it back where it belongs. Okay, well, nothing happened, but I feel better that I did that. Recent body scan records for medical staff eyes only. Ooh, maybe this is where we put in that 2080. Unlocked. Well, here's recent body scan records. Let's just get all nosy. Crew member Roberta Williams, age 27 years, height 162 centimeters, weight 91.1 kilograms, blood pressure 140/90. Genetic filtering signatures. Standard immuno-antiviral schedule A to C, addictive substance resistance 4, anti-carcinogenic filter series A, Sanger menstrual suppression, blood type tailoring, global allergen filter UNAC standard 2059, telomere degeneration filter Omega Plus, vision and hearing schedule 1, cryogenic stasis risk factors none. Oh, this is where we're going to find out Natalie's risk factor. Cryogenic stasis viability analysis. Patient exhibits no physical symptoms that might lead to injury or death following cryogenic stasis or revival. Physician should proceed with cryogenic procedures as appropriate. Okay. And then here's Nat. We're going to learn something here. Uh-oh. Her heart. 23 years old. There's her stats. Cryogenic stasis risk factors. Heart murmur. Probable mitral stenosis. Cryogenic stasis viability analysis. Patient exhibits clear signs of cardiovascular abnormality, heart murmur. This condition represents severe risk of death during the cryogenic revival process. Expected probability of survival for the patient under this treatment is 18%. Patient is not recommended for cryogenic stasis. Physician should consider alternative methods of treatment for this patient. Crap, she's gonna put her in cryo anyway? I don't understand why she has to go into cryo. I thought she was staying awake to help prepare the ship. I'm sure we'll find out later. And then here's Andrew. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Evie or Clive. Well, he looks fine. He's 41 years old. There's his stats. There's all this crap. No risk factors. Patient exhibits no physical symptoms that might lead to injury or death following cryogenic stasis or revival. Okay. So Bert and Andrew are fine. Not so much Natalie. So that's what she was keeping from Natalie. Yeah, I could grab the stethoscope and look at it. Can't put it on the skeleton. I mean, sometimes I just can't help but wonder if there's a reason that I can pick some of these things up. We got a little hand wash station here. Eye chart. Imaging. Remove your coins, your keys, and your hamburger before you get on the table. It's very quiet in here. Kind of peaceful. AR bioscan procedure. Please remove any items from your pockets. No need to fully disrobe. Lie down on the scanning bed and relax. Please remain still during the scan. It should only take a moment. Facility medical staff will have your results immediately. Non-crew member profile detected. AR bioscan not available. I guess they're referring to us. Ooh, what's on the ground here? There's the cat. I found the cat. Here's Mousy. Okay. And let's see if the cat stayed here the whole time. Looks like it did. Or at least half the time anyway. And then here, somebody dropped a tube of lip balm, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. We found the cat. Play the game of find the cat. Okay, this pen. Those were the same markings that were on that I Ching book, I think. We saw them somewhere else. Oh, there's something in the garbage, but I can't interact with it. So I'm going to guess it's not important. Okay. Well. I think that's it. Right? I think that's all we've got here. Another cool view. We've been in this room where the skeleton is. Nothing else in here that I see. We've been in the imaging room. We've been in her office. We've been out here. Been in medical storage. And we've been in her personal quarters. So I think that pretty much covers everything here, right? Don't think I'm forgetting anything. And if I am, you can tell me in the comments. Maybe somebody else watching this will learn from it. Okay. So, that will do it for medical. And that'll do it for this episode. So when we come back next time, we will head back out here and see where the game sends us next. Learn more about what happens to these guys. I think seeing the spacesuits still hanging in everyone's lockers is pretty much giving it away, I feel like, right? I mean, I feel like they didn't make it off the ship. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Come back next time to find out. Thanks for joining me on this episode. If you enjoyed it, why don't you let me know? Maybe leave me a like or a comment. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode. Hope you join me again in the next one.